Hi everyone, this is Hilde Larsen, coming to you from nature again, from Norway. I'm a health and success coach, I'm an author, I am a keynote speaker, and I'm a detox specialist. I'm coming to you today because a very large part of my story has to do with being very, very ill. And if you know me, you know that I've been bedridden for years, and I was diagnosed with severe rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme's disease, ulcers. I was just flat out on my back. The thing is, what I want to talk to you today is the identifying with our disease, or our labelization that's called diagnosis, because it's really all that it is. Someone looking at a lot of symptoms, putting it all together into a basket, putting a label on it, labeling you with it so that you now have a name for your symptoms. So there really, in my world, aren't any diseases. There are just a whole myriad of symptoms. Okay, so why am I talking about this? This is the thing. When I was diagnosed, when I was sent to hospitals, when I was looked at for months, when I was going together with other people that was experiencing the same thing, you know, walking down the rheumatoid arthritis hospitals, we connected on the level of that label. So from that day on, when I was diagnosed, everything was about that. It was about how to live with it. It was about how to connect with like-minded. It was about, even when I went to my doctor, it was like, oh, you have RA, so this is normal for you, or this isn't normal for you, or here you can talk to other people which is experiencing the same thing. And don't get me wrong, community is great. Having people to talk to is great. But the thing is, we keep identifying with what we don't want, so we create more of it. We keep coming together with other people that are experiencing the same thing, so we can keep talking about it, so that we can keep staying in that, and it ends up being an identity. We even can get good at it. You know, we might be the head of the organization that are there not for the sake of healing, because we look at it as chronic. If you have anything with a label, it is chronic. I mean, you don't have UTIs or an ear infection or anything acute, because it passes, right? But any label is always considered to be chronic. So it is you for the rest of your life, meaning you will have to settle in, get used to it, meet like-minded people, and do the best that you can. Now the danger is this: as long as you are in that with your mind, you're stuck, you're trapped, you're in it. Because you know what? Your every cell is listening. So every time you even tell yourself, I have this, or you say to someone else, I have this, you have this. And I might seem cold even to some people when in my coaching style we always talk about the solutions, the way out, the healing, the health. That is where we're going. We're looking towards where we're going. We're not staying within the symptoms. We're not discussing the symptoms. We're not talking about the disease. We're not recognizing it. We're not embodying it. We're not stepping into it. It will become us. It will become our reality as long as we keep holding on to it. And this can be a very rough truth for a lot of people, because once you get that diagnosis, you sometimes even feel free. Crazy, right? Free in the sense that, finally you feel understood. Finally you are recognized and almost validated for your suffering. Finally somebody understands your suffering and how much pain you're in. Or finally you have an answer to why you feel like that. Well, it's not the right answer really, because all you've gotten the answer to is that you are feeling like shit, or that there are no solutions. And yes, you might even feel better knowing that other people are experiencing the same thing, but I would hope you would rather walk towards those that are not there anymore, or that are not recognizing it, or that are walking out of that path. Because it's easy to become so attached to the diagnosis, so much a part of it, then losing it even can look scary. Yes. I remember a woman when I was in hospital, and she was diagnosed with, I think it was fibromyalgia. And so she couldn't work anymore. She was in a lot of pain, and she had been for several years. Now she came back, and for some reason she was undiagnosed. They told her she no longer had that, and she was furious. She was so angry because they were taking away her whole identity. Now what was she going to do? I mean, who are they? How dare they tell her she wasn't ill? And I was looking at her like, this is your most amazing blessing. Now you can walk forward, not having to feel that you're a part of that community anymore. And she said, I don't know how, because that's who I am now. I am the head of the organization. I put together all these events for people with fibromyalgia. So if I don't have it anymore, I can stay part of that community. Do you understand? I know you do. So this is something that is very deeply rooted into us, and I think it's very important to talk about. And I wanted to address the issue from the part that I started a little bit. The part about your cells listening. Because now we're getting into the creative part of our lives, that we are creative, creating everything. We're creating how we live, we're creating how we feel, our emotions. So what if your cell is listening to everything that you're saying, everything that you're thinking, everything that you're feeling? What would you have to think about? What would you have to feel? How would you have to live for the body to be in a perfect, healthy state? Yes, you would have to feel healthy feelings. You would have to think healthy thoughts. You would have to be mindful about how you speak, about yourself, about your body, and about others, about your life. Because what comes out of you is a part of what's creating it. I don't know if you've seen this experiment, but it made a very large impression on me. And you know probably Dr. Emoto, who did a lot of research when it comes to water and holding energy. And even the words holding the energy. And I've seen people put rice in a jar. You know, they cook the rice, put it in a jar. They make 3 different jars and they put labels on them. One jar, they just leave, they ignore. They tell it nothing, they show no attention to it. One, they put up a label saying, oh, I love you, you're amazing, you're fantastic. And every day they go up to the jar and they talk to it in a loving manner, send it love, high frequency. Then the last one, they put I hate you on it. And they talk to it in a very nasty manner, telling it that it's nothing, no good, not worth anything. After just weeks, those 3 jars will look completely different. The one that has been ignored seems like nothing much is happening. It is just sitting there looking paler and paler. Then the one with love, nothing. It just looks like white rice. But the one with the hatred, the one that they've been speaking about very harshly, moldy black even, pure black. That's how affected everything is, just from energy, just from the words and the intent behind the words. So this is also something to remember, not only when you're speaking to yourself, but also when you're speaking to others, because you put your words upon the others. So speak kindly and always think, is this necessary? And let it come from the intent of compassion. Now back to you and your health. Back to your everyday life. Experiencing what you are thinking and saying to yourself, and how to deal with your everyday life once you have been diagnosed with something that you don't want to recognize. First of all, don't believe it. Don't believe the diagnosis. Don't believe the crap about not being able to get healthy. Don't believe that bullshit. Step away from it. Just say, heck no. Okay, so we got that. Leave the diagnosis, because this is not about that. Health and healing is not about that. It's about restoration. It's about regeneration. It's about detoxification, hydration. It's about the systems in the body. It's about letting the body heal from letting go of all the waste. It's about you stepping away from what got you there. It's about all of us stepping away from the notion that we have to come together in groups, dividing us into who has what type of symptoms. They all come from the same. We just have, different weaknesses. So some weaknesses will show itself as pain or arthritis. And do you know what an itis means in that term? When they say arthritis or bursitis, it's just inflammation. It's all that it is. And inflammation is one of the body's main helpers for acidosis. That's all that it is. There's nothing complicated about it. You can talk about autoimmune, which I was labeled to have. Autoimmune. Trying to tell me that my body was working against me, that my body was actually trying to bring me down. My body is working on one thing constantly: to be healthy and to heal and to regenerate. That's what it does. Cells die every day. New cells are born every day, every second. It's a renewal machine. We are just killing it by the way we live, by eating dead animals, by eating dairy, processed food, eating fungicides, pesticides, herbicides, by thinking those thoughts of destruction, by living in a stressful life, by not being happy, although happiness actually is a choice. So this is the end, this discussion, I want this to end with the happiness being a choice. The not being a part of your label being a choice. The not recognizing any dis-ease being a choice. A beautiful choice of healing and walking forward on your path, free from all of that. Where do you want to go? Where are you going? Where are you? Put your bare feet on the ground. Go outside in beautiful nature. Breathe in that fresh air, that prana. Connect with the sunshine and the ocean. Eat raw living food. Pick ripe fruit from the trees. Give yourself a loving hug. Talk about what you want, what you need, what you desire, what you're worthy of. Talk healing talk. Speak about love. Speak about solutions. Speak with compassion. Speak from your heart, not from your mind. If you have a lot of stress in your life, try to step away. Every day, wake up and say, what can I do today? How can I serve? How can this be a day of giving? How can this be a day of healing? Instead of so many of us, being waken up by pain, feeling the fear of, oh my God, what does this symptom mean? What does that symptom mean? Oh, I have this, I have that. I have to fix this. I have to take a remedy for that. I have to take a pill for that. Is there one herb that will take away my headache? Is there an herb? See, we're going towards even walking towards the plant world is not going to save us if the mindset is still the same. If you think that you still have a dis-ease that you're trying to fix with natural remedies, with one type of herb or two type of herbs, you're still in the same mindset that you have something, which we don't. Yes, pain is real. Yes, you're feeling it. Of course. And I've been there. I know that. But you know what? Look at this. This is our life. This is our life. And as long as we are the one living it, we hold the key. And we do hold the solution. And I believe that is very simple. Step out of labels. Step out of where you've been. Step out of what you perceive as being the reason why this and that or what you need. And just step into more what you want to be. Step into what you see as your desired life. Don't chase it. Just step into it. Wear it. I talk about this a lot in my videos, about how you make your coat. You put it on and you embody it and you wear it, you embrace it in everything that you do, starting with how you talk, how you speak to yourself, to others, how you feel, how you think, and of course what you do. And there's a whole difference between running to exercise your body because you feel you need to be in better shape, to a health studio with a lot of high music, stressful environments, stressful people, Wi-Fi, everything around you, just because you think that if I do this, then this muscle will work better and then this will get better. And we forget just to get outside and move the body in nature, relax. Think less. Turn it off. Turn off the brain. Our thoughts are obstructing our healing, obstructing our connection with our true selves, with God, with the source, with the light, with who we are. And who you are never a dis-ease, never a label. You're never part of a community of sufferers. And together, you can never get healthy by speaking about the disease. So step away from that and step into your own light. Step into who you really are. Okay, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go with beautiful nature. Sunshine is out. I'm going to take in mine. I'm here barefoot, and I urge you to do the same. And if you have been diagnosed, or if you know anyone that has, most likely you do, sadly, or if you're feeling a lot of symptoms, or you're simply just looking to change your life for the better, if you're just feeling that there's something more out there, something healthier for you, be that already today. Think like one. Look into that. Think, what would a healthy person think? What would they feel right now? Or better, what would I feel if I was completely healthy right now? Where would I go? What would I do? Then start walking towards that. Every day, one step closer. If you can't do it in your body right now, close your eyes and do it within. Your body really cannot notice that much difference. And your whole life will change just from doing that, I promise. So step in and, be everything that you are, which is amazing. You are freaking amazing. And I love you, and I honor you, and I thank you for listening. And I hope you will share this video, subscribe to my channel, go into my website, inspiredbyhilde.com, get a free chapter of my books. You might want to sign up for my Optimal Health Blueprint course. It will give you everything, I think it's like 13 videos, a lot of free handouts, and I will teach you all of this. Because suffering, it's a choice. Pain is inevitable, because this is life, this is duality. We're going to experience everything. So you might want to look at some of my other videos for the other topics like this. Namaste, my friend. Bye-bye.